Hey everyone, and welcome to Brick Talk TV Live, and welcome to the first kick-off stream today that we've got for the Ultimate Collector Series Razor Crest, which you can see here. So this big massive box, picked it up at May the 4th because there was in the sale there. So got it for a reasonable price. We've got over 6,000 bricks in this set, so it's going to take us quite a few streams probably to get through. So keep an eye on the channel for when I'll post up the next continuation of the streams, and we'll try and get it built probably by end of June. It's probably going to take quite a while. So we'll do a couple of hours today to kick us off. As always, I'll open up the box in a second. I did also pop a poll into the chat today, so let me know if you're going to be picking up the Krusty Burger Lego set, which went live today. I think I'll be picking that up soon as well, so we'll probably do a live stream build of that as well, so keep an eye out for that on the channel too. So as always, I'll crack open this box. I imagine, I don't know, but I imagine there's a series of boxes within this, as there usually is in the Ultimate Collector Series ones. And then we'll probably go through box by box, and I'll sort the bags out as always in number order as well. So let's crack open the box. See if we've got bags or if we've got more boxes inside. So we have a big box. So we have this box here, which says N1 on it. We've got this, which is upside down of course. So we've got this box at the top, and on this side you've got some more patterns. I'm guessing that's a... Ooh, there it is. I'm guessing this side even, that's a number, I'm not sure. And then in this one, we have another box. So there's two boxes inside. And this one's actually got number 1, as you can see written on it there. Oh, this side even. So I'm guessing we start with that box. go to the wide camera so we can open the boxes. And then we can see the right number of boxes over here, bags in here. This was set came out in 2022 actually, so we've got full plastic bags, I expect, in here. Yep, so we've got 6. Bag number 10, bag 19, bag 12, bag number 1, number 8, bag number 4, another one, 5, bag number 9, bag 11, 13, 19 again, number 4, number 13, 7, 17, bag number 2, number 5, bag 15, 14, 16, bag number 10, and bag number 3. So we've got 19 sets of bags in this first box. As always, I'll put them back in the box in reverse order. We do also have, oh hang on, there's more boxes. We've got a couple of paper envelopes for the instructions as well. Put to the side. And actually underneath that there's another bag, which is bag 18. So, let me just sort these boxes out. Make some room, and then we'll put these back in reverse order. So, bag 19, 18, which I just pulled out, we'll just put it 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we've got 2 bags for number 1. So that's us all set up. Let's go to the zoom mode. We'll be using additional instructions again as always. So, hey Ben, how you feeling? Welcome to the stream. So you can see, as I said, it was 6,187 pieces released in 2022. You can see an overview here of the set and some of the minifigures inside. We're going to start the build. You may or may not see there's our general build direction is we're going to build the sort of chassis of the spacecraft to start with. Then in book 2 we move into more of the outside and some of the feet that it sits on, and then we're moving into the wings and then the engines and the guns and the cockpit really. So that's our direction of travel. So let's open up the first book and you can see what our aim is here, which is really the shape and the chassis of the ship. As always with these Star Wars sets, there's quite a lot of Technic bits to go in, so build a bit of a Technic frame around it, and then of course there's lots of light bluish grey bricks and dark bluish grey bricks. So let's get going. So what have we got? So oh, and this is cool. In these instructions, you can see some of the inside pages here. So we've got a bit more on the designer and the creator here. some artistry imagery from the actual TV show. Some of the shots of the ship, some of the behind the scenes here, some of the green screen that they use, and some of the effects they use to do the spaceship flying. And then you can see how this ship will come together with the different parts that come apart, so you can get into the details of the ship. And here's some of the inside details. So let's have a look at all this. A couple of the minifigures in here. How to pick it up, as always, is helpful. See how that goes. So bags 1 to 6, as you can see, are going to be the focus for building this structure out. Then 7 to 9 we're going to add a bit more detail. See how far we get today. But first off, we have the minifigure of the Mandalorian himself. So we do have the option of his helmet, with and without. We have a little cape inside here, which we can use. We need his head, need his legs as well. And we will build a gun as well. So he's got one of these sort of lightsaber type pieces. Technic claw goes in one side, and then gun goes in the other end. That gives us his weapon of choice here. Then on the torso here you can see the printed detail on the front here, on the legs as well, and then on the back. And then he's going to have his cape going on top before we stick his head. He's only got one printed facial expression, which you can see is kind of a subdued smirk. And then of course you can put his helmet on, or if you want to do the only couple of times he took it off, he's got a hairpiece there as well. And then we can stick the gun in position. So there we go. Hey Brandon, welcome to the stream, hope you're good. So there's our minifigure straight out the gate. Next up we need a 1x8 Technic piece here. We're going to stick some Technic pins inside. Notice actually this isn't the usual building instructions, because it's more of a PDF type style for instructions, which is unusual. So now we put the two black Technic pins in here. We're going to put a series of longer blue ones. They're going to feed right the way through here as well. So we're going to go one from the end there. I think he's going the other way actually. So put these either side of the black pins that we just stuck in there. Then we've got these right angle Technic pieces, which we're going to slot on top. Create a U shape. And then within those we've got these orange Technic plugs. We're going to slot in this way. 2 on each side. Way. Then number 5, we're going to get some more Technic bricks, which are probably over here, shorter ones. And then these two are going in 3 holes down here on this side, and we'll do the same on the other side. Then we get 2 more Technic bricks, and then these are going to go on the ends here, building out that way. Then we get some more longer ones in blue. Whoa. Then we're going to feed these through. One goes in there, one in here. Goes that way. The longer side sticking out that way. Those ones feed in like this. Then we stick another Technic brick. It's going to go across all of these. More Technic pins, longer ones again, this time going long ways in. Hopefully, push these in a second. Long goes this end. But he's sticking all the way there then. That doesn't make sense, does it? Because there's pins on this side. Did I miss a step here? Let's put 2 on. Then that should work. Then we should be able to stick those in. Yep. So these go in now. Must be getting too used to the animation instructions. Getting lazy at reading the instructions. So there we go. We've got those in there. Then we get another 2 more Technic bricks. They're going to connect out like this. And then we get some more pins. Got some shorter black pins, and then we've got a couple of longer blue pins. These shorter ones going on the ends here, too many. And then the shorter ends for the blue ones going in those gaps in there like that. Then more Technic bricks, a couple more pins. Let's move Mandalorian's hair out of the way. I'm going to feed this through the end there. Stick these just inside like that. Then we've got some more of these right angle pieces. They're going to go in there, I think. 4 short pins, a couple of the longer pins. Ooh. Longer pins are going to go long ways in the middle bit here. And then we'll stick outwards 2 of these shorter pins on each of these U-shaped size. Then we've got some dark bluish grey Technic bricks, and we have a large square Technic piece. The square one's going to go in the middle here by the look of it, and then these longer dark bluish grey ones will run across the outside to form this shape here. Then we've got a 2x4 yellow brick. We have a 2x3 plate. We've got a couple of inverted sloped pieces, 2x2. Got 5 of those, 3, 4, 5, and then we have a 2x2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2x12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So start us off with, then we'll put our 2x3 at the bottom of the yellow brick, add that halfway down to 2x12, and then we're going to run one stud in from the side, these inverted pieces all the way along. And then these are going to sit this end over in line there. So we've got a bit of a curved end now to this frame that we're building up. Then we'll flip this over, and we're going to add some plates now to strengthen up these connections here. So we've got 2 of these 4x12s, a couple more 2x3 plates. We have some random 1x1 red plates. We have a 1x5, I think, 2 1x5 plates. There's one. There's another one. I think we're good to go there. So, oh, and I need a 2x12 again as well. So this one is going to run one stud from the end of our frame here. One across there, then we'll stick our red 1x1s next to it. Run our 1x5s across. Then we've got these two 4x12s, I guess. They'll go next to each other. Then we'll stick our 2x3s in there like so. Just added a bit more strength to the base. We'll flip this back over, and then we get a couple of these red 1x2s with studs on the side. We have another Technic brick here, and we've got a couple of upward facing bracket pieces. Our red bricks first off go in these gaps here, hopefully. They'll go in this side and this side. So that's in there like that. So to get a bit more pressure here for the set. This goes across this side. And then we're going to stick these upward facing brackets just at the ends of these bloody sloped areas here, just on the end there. Put a little tension in the set now because it doesn't sit flush. So then we're going to get 5 more of these 4x12s, 3, 4, 5, and then we've got a 2x12 as well. That 2x12 is going to run across this end on our sloped bricks. And then we'll just run 4x12s next to each other across here to give us a base. So that covers us all the way across except for one row of studs at the end there. Then we're going to get 3 more of our pins, longer one here, and we're going to stick those into the 3 central holes. So 3 across, stick these 3 next to each other. So end up like that. Then we can put this to the side, I think, for now, and then we're going to build this pointy end, not a very technical term, but we're going to stick then 3 pins into our smaller Technic square here. 3. Then we'll add a larger, that one of these larger Technic squares on it. We'll stick another couple more Technic pins, this time on the inside here. It's a little trickier to do. One on that side. On this side. Then we get some yellow Technic bricks, these 1x6, and they're going to go on the inside actually and go into our pin here. Then we get some more orange plugs and 3 more Technic pins. Our pins are just going to go in these 3 holes at this end of the square. Then our pins are going to go right through here to connect those yellow bricks to the frame. Then we get another small square here and another 3 Technic pins. I'm just going to extend our frame out this way, add some 3 more pins in here. Then we get the larger square here, going to add that in to those 3 pins and add another 3 pins to this way to extend it out further. Next up, another large square is going to go onto those pins, so we've got quite a bit of a Technic frame building up here. We're going to flip it over, some of these bricks out of the way, and then we've got some 2x4 tan coloured plates, got 3 of those, for larger 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1x12, and then 2 of these upward facing bracket 2x6 plates, brackets. We have a couple of corner plates in dark bluish grey, and so we start here and we put our 1x12 plate on. There's 3 studs going either side as an overlap. Then our first of our 2x4s go on, then we stick one in here, another one in here, and then our 2 corner plates go in down this end, and then our bracket pieces go on the inside here, stick out like this. Then we get a blue 1x6 plate. We've got some inverted curved pieces like that. We have a 1x2 plate, a couple of the bullion or ingot tiles. We have a 1x2 with clips on in black, modified 2x2 with 2 studs, some dark tan 2x2 plates, and a bright green 1x2 plates here. So first off, we'll stick these 2 clips together with a 1x2, the 1 stud overhang there. Then we'll bring in these 2x2 plates, again added with 1 stud. In each end, a bright green 1x2 goes on the side. Stick our 1x6 blue plate across the top of that to secure that into position. Then we'll stick our inverted curved pieces onto our green plate, facing outwards, and our ingots go on top of that. Like this. Then on top here, we want our modified plates and our final one there to create this clip. This is then going to go on this end of our frame. Looks like this so far. Then we've got some large tiles going on. So we have one of these big 6x6 ones. Then we have 2x6, couple of corner tiles, and some dark tan 1x1 plates. And we're going to tile this section here. So we start with our 6x6, which is going to go on here. Then our 2x6 goes across. Then we've got our corner tiles. Then on the inside of those corners we're going to stick our plates. Create something like this. Then we've got one of these 4x4s, modified ones, 2x4 tile. A couple of wedges here as well. So coming up to this end we'll stick our 2x4 here, our 4x4 in the middle, and then we're going to stick our wedges either side here. Wrong one there, that one there. Put that to the side. 1x2 and 1x4 plate. Stick those together there. Going to stick another one on top here, and then we have a hinge. There we go, underneath. So we have a level bottom part here. Then it's a 1x8 plate going on the other side of the hinge, and another one on top of it, and another one underneath, and then a 1x4 going on top. Then we get another hinge, open it up, and stick a 1x8 on one side again, and a 1x2 under here, and a 1x4 there to level it off. Then on top we're going to add some tiles, so we've got a 1x8 tile, it's going to overhang by 2 studs. We'll stick a couple of 1x1s on these studs here. That's going to add to the end this. Then we get 2 more 1x8 plates. These look like they run down the length of this central part. Then we have another hinge that's going to go on. It's going to go on here. We have another longer 1x12 there, so we stick that 1x2 on there, so we've just added to the thickness of the central part here. Then we have another wedge, one of these cutaway wedge pieces, and a 1x2. 1x2 goes here, and our larger wedge, and then this smaller cutaway piece goes on down this end. Then we get another blue 1x6, going to stick a 1x2 plate on there, 2x3 next, and then a 2x2 tile goes on the end of that, and that's going to sit in this gap right there. Then we bring this back in to our main frame, and then this is going to sit down here like this to give us this angled look. Guessing we're going to build one on the other side now. Looks like it. Same thing, a 1x2, then we've got our hinge goes on, and a 1x8, another 1x8. We have another 1x8 underneath, and then a 1x4 on top. Another hinge piece, 1x8. Stick our 1x4 on here. Then we do have our 1x8 tile, again with a 2 stud overhang, a couple of 1x1s. Add this to the end of our new frame, and then we get another couple of 1x8s. These down the middle, and we've got our 1x12, we've got another hinge piece and a 1x2, so 1x2, again our hinge goes up here, and then we'll run the 1x12 all the way down the centre bit. Then we have another wedge, 2x6 plate this time, another 1x2 and a cutaway wedge, and we're going to go 1x2 first, and our wedge, 2x6 this time, and then that cutaway piece, and this is going to run across exactly the same on this side. Fit in there, so it's our shape forming there, you can see it underneath where it's hinging in. And then we can attach this. So we're already getting quite long here, so you can see the Technic pins are going to slot in here, and those are the 2 frame pieces now connected together. Already getting large. Then in this section here we're going to get 4 upward facing brackets here. I'm going to add 2 on each side, like they go here and on this side, so it's just filling in the gap we had here to level it off on both sides. Then we get one of these 4x12s, we've got a couple of 2x4s and some of these modified pieces. We're going to run this 2x2 modified here with our 2x4 tiles in, and that leaves us a nice gap here to fill in with this 4x12. Ooh, it says as the brackets come off there. It's fairly sturdy now, so we've connected that all together like this. So on a wide camera I'll just show it to you quick. The size of this now already after the first sets of bags. So now onto bag 2. We need a couple of green 1x2s, we have a couple of dark tan 1x4s, and then we've got 6 1x2s with clips on. So 6 of these pieces, 3, 4, 5, where's the last one? There it is, 6. And we're going down to this end of the ship, and for this we're going to put the 1x4 plates each end, followed by one of our clips. Then we'll stick our green 1x2s in next, and then we'll just put the rest of these clips next to each other at the end. Then we get 2 downward facing brackets in black, and we also get a couple of grill pieces. Going to stick these on our bracket, and they're going in front of the green plates on each side too. Then we've got a couple of 2x3s. We also have some wedge pieces here. And we have some triangle tiles as well on through here. So put this angled piece in each side here. Got our 2x3s in black in the middle, and then our tiles are going in each side there. Then we have some more curved pieces here, and then some 1x2 plates with bars going across. Just 2 of those actually. And we're going to stick our curved piece on that like this. It's going to run across this side, and then we'll do the opposite on the other side. Then we get 2 1x6 plates. We've got a couple of 2x6 tiles and 3 white 2x6 plates as well. They're going to start coming down this way, so we stick our tiles in first from the triangle ones. Then along the edge here we continue dark bluish grey with our plates. Then this centre piece we stick the white 2x6s in. Then we're going to put some tiles on top of this. So for this we need a 1x6 tile. We've got 2 2x2 tiles. Should have a couple of these triangle ones as well, and then we've got 5 2x6 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and a couple of 1x2 tiles too. So the 1x2 tiles actually go on first, and they're going to go on this side and this side. Then our 2x2s go on next, and our triangle goes in. Our single 1x6 goes on the end here, and then we're going to run these 2x6s all the way down the middle here, cover up these central studs. A couple more 1x2 tiles, as well as a couple of or 3 double cheese wedges. These are going to form the end here, so the cheese wedges form a ramp here in our 2x6s. And then we'll add 1x2s either side here just to finish up the levelling of our cover. Then we're going to look at this side of the ship, and for that we get 4 2x4 tiles, 1x2 plate, another 2x2 tile, 1x6. We have a panel piece. We also have a 1x1 with a handle piece, another 1x2 tile, 1x1 tile, and I think we're good to go. So 2x4 goes on first here. Our handle piece goes on the outside of the ship. Then we've got 2x4. We'll run a 1x6 across here. Hey Owen, welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Then we're going to stick a 2x2 here. I'm going to stick a 1x2 plate next to that, and then this is where our panel piece is just going to go on the end there as well. Then we'll stick another couple of our 2x4 tiles on. 1x1 tile goes down, and then we're going to stick. Why does something look wrong there? Da, da, da. What is wrong? This image here has this running on the plate, but I've got that there. Did I put that the wrong way around? I did do that the wrong way around. Oh no! How did that happen? Quick, need to make a repair. I must have had the ship different way round to the instructions. This should be over here apparently. At least it's fixable. So continuing that on just in there, my quick repair job there. Then we've got some more tiles, so we have a couple of 2x6s again. We have a 1x2 plate. We'll grab another tile there. We then get 10 grill pieces. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 of them, panel piece, that, and I need 3 1x6s too. Now we're going to add some more detail on this side of the ship. So we're going to run 3 grill pieces in a row. Then we have our 2x6 goes on next, and a 1x6. Then we get another grill set of grills. Two by 6 and a 1x6. Then this way we're going to stick our grill and a plate. Then our other panel piece goes on. Then we'll run grill first, then a panel piece, then a couple more grills go after that, and then we'll finish off with our 1x6 tile going across there like that. So that's the floor done. Then we get some longer panel pieces, these 1x4s, as well as another 1x2 with a bar running through it. This is going to do the edge on this side, so we've got the bar coming out here, followed by our 2 panel pieces, so it's looking like that. And we get our dark tan 1x4 pieces. We also have a jumper tile, which is the first one so far. And these little minifigure stands. A 2x6 tile. Lots of bits here. We need 4 1x1 tiles. A 1x1 up clip. We've got a corner tile somewhere. And a 1x2. So lots of things here. So this is moving into this section here now. So we're going to continue the dark tan 1x4 plate there. On this side we'll stick a tile on first. Then this is where our minifigure piece goes in. Stick a 1x1 on that stud that was showing through there. Then we have our 2x6 tile. Our upward clip goes in there next to a 1x1 tile. And this is where our corner one comes in. Then a 1x1. Then a 1x2. And then our first jumper tile going in there in the middle. Then we get a couple of, 4 1x4s. These are going to go on top of those 1x4 plates that we've stuck in each corner here. And then moving a bit more down to this angled piece here, we get a couple 1x3s. We've got 4 panel pieces. We've got a couple of 1x3s in bright orange. 2x2 here, 1x2 plate, a couple of 2x4 tiles. We should be good to go. So first off, our panel pieces are going to go here, connected with one stud, and our 2x4 plate tiles go in. Then a 1x2 plate on each side. Stick a 2x2 tile on that side. Then our panel pieces go on next, followed by our dark orange tiles, and then 1x3 bricks finish off on the end there. Then moving into some brackets here, so we've got these downward facing red brackets and some dark tan upward facing brackets. I'm going to snap these together into pairs. These are going to go further down here in each corner of the Technic square. Form something like that. Then we've got a couple more tiles going in. And we have some black ones here as well. I'm going to put the grey ones on this set of brackets at the back here. And then the black ones go at the front here, but one stud down. So something like that. To see what stickers we get in this as well, actually, because I've not opened the instruction manual. So I guess there's some stickers lurking somewhere. Then we're going to get some black Technic bricks here with these dark bluish grey 1x6s. They're going to snap the plates on top here. They're going to run across the back each side of our brackets. Then we've got our 1x1 rounds. They're going to just go right at the ends down there. We've got one of these Technic 2x8 plates here with the holes in. A couple more grill pieces in dark bluish grey. And some of these 2x2 red pieces. These are actually going to go next to each other here in the middle with our grill pieces after that. and then this, if we flip this over, it's going to sit in this gap here. Ooh, it's going to go in down there like that. So from the top, put those two red pieces in there. Slide that to the side, you get this 2x10. Add some corner plates to the ends. Then we've got a green plate. Then we're going to run 5 grill pieces down the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then our next jumper tile goes on at the end. So end up with something like this. Then we'll flip this over, and then we're going to add some red 1x1 rounds here to our corner plates to level that off. Flip it back around this side. Put an upward facing bracket on our green plate. Behind that we've got a 2x2 plate going on, and another set of red round plates on top to level that off. Then we're going to stick a 2x3 black plate at the back. We'll add another grill on top there and stick 2 2x2s at the back on top of each other. Then we get 2 1x1s with clips on. One goes on our jumper tile this end, and then one is going on our bracket this end. Then we get a red whip with a blue handle piece and another 1x1 piece. We're going to stick the whip handle into the 1x1 round and then add the handle to the end of the whip. It's going to go in here and then clip into there like that. That is then going to go in this front section here and push down into that gap there. Then we've got an orange brick, 1x2 plate, a couple of black 1x2 slope pieces and a downward facing red bracket. We're going to add these colourful bits together. It's going to go at the front here, and then our slope bricks go either side of the part we just added in there like that. Then to finish this bag off, by the look of it, we've got these dark orange grill pieces, 6 of them. We have 5 1x1 rounds with the pins on top, 1x2 with the rounded ends. We have a roller skate piece, a 1x1 tile, 1x2 plate. What else am I missing? I think that's it. So we start with the 2x2. We're going to stick this 1x2 modified with studs all the way around most of it. Put 2 of those back to back on our plate. Then we're going to add our grill pieces around 3 sides, so not all the way around, most of the sides. Then we'll top this with another plate to get them together. Then on this side is where our 1x1 with pins go in. So they go into those there like that. Get one, which was the controller here, so that's going to go in that side with a 1x2 plate at the back. Then we'll stick another 1x1 round with a tile on top to level that off. And then on this side we'll stick our 1x2 round, and then our roller skate goes on top of that like that. Then we get a black whip, and that sticks in to the base there like this to create this thing. And that's going to go onto our jumper tile here, and then plug in to that clip there like that. There's this little piece there like that. That's the end of bag 2, so let's move on to bag 3. So I'll put that part of the ship out of the way for now. You get a couple of 1x3 plates. I'm going to stick these together. On top of those we're going to stick this sloped piece with a 1x1 plate. Just at the back there. Then we'll get another 1x3 here. Stick that in the back like that, with a 1x1 brick on top of that. Then we stick another 1x1 on top of that. Then we'll stick a dark bluish, dark tan 1x1 plate on top of that. Then we get another sloped piece here to stick on top, and at the very top of that we're going to stick a corner panel piece, if I can find it. There it is. That's going to go at the very top there like that. Put that down a second. We'll get another one of these 1x2 1/3. I'm going to stick 1x1 round red and a green plate onto that. That's going to sit. Sorry, it's on the top row. It's going to sit in there with our 1x3 that stuck out. Then we're going to stick a 2x2 jumper tile in red on top of that. And if we bring our ship back in, this is going to sit in here and provide the curvature there of that side of the ship. I guess we'll do the same now for the other side here. So a couple of 1x3s first. Three here. Stick some 1x1s on there. Build it up again. Then we'll stick another one again. And we need another panel piece for the very top. Wrong way around. And then this one is our jumper tile again, which I nearly forgot. Can go on that side of the ship, like there as well. Then we're going to get some 1x1 round red pieces again, and red Technic pins with studs on the ends, and connect these in pairs. These are going to go into the Technic brick, which we've already got on each side. So they're going to stick either side there. Then we get a couple of these panels, so a couple of 1x4 plates, some 1x3s, and some 1x1 round red downward facing brackets too. And then we've got a couple of upward facing brackets too. Then I think we're good to go. So we start with a panel piece and add the 1x3 at the base. Then we'll run a 1x4 plate across the top, stick our red piece on top of there. And then at this end we're going to stick the downward facing bracket and the upward facing bracket too. So it looks like this. This is going to sit on the end here of our Technic piece, and then we'll do the same for the other side as well. And then this one goes on that side. Something sort of looking like this at the moment. Right, then we've got to build out the front section here. So for that we get a 2x2 black brick. We're going to get some upward facing bracket pieces and attach them one stud. Then we're going to stick some 1x2 slope bricks either side here. If I can find it. Where are you? There you are. Look, lost it again. There it is. So they go either side here like that. Then we're going to stick a 1x4 plate across here to secure those into position. Then we'll stick another set of upward facing brackets, and then we'll run 1x4 plate across the back of that too. So we'll put something like this on this side, and then this is going to sit across here. So the end of the ship is looking like that at the moment. Then we're going to stick some 2x3 plates. Oh, I missed the extra panel piece, didn't I? That goes in just at the back here. Then we're going to stick some 2x3s across here to connect those together. Get a 1x6 and a 1x4 plate. Stick them on top of each other with a one stud gap. That's going to run across the back there. And get some 1x8s. We then get a 1x2 ball joint piece and a couple of 1x1 plates, and then stick the 1x1 at the ends, followed by our ball joint there. It's going to run across this side, and then we'll do the same in reverse on the other side and run that across. Some more downward facing brackets. These go on the inside next to our ball joint here, and then we'll get some tiles. So we want a couple of 1x2 tiles, and then we want some 2x4 tiles, and these are actually going to go on the inside of these brackets. So we start with the 1x2, and then the 2x4s go in. The inside there you've got those tiles going on, and from the outside you can see that gap there has been filled in. Then we've got a yellow 1x4 and a couple of black plates here, corner ones. They go on each side here, and then our 1x4 is going to go just in that gap there. Then we've got a couple of 1x6s, 2x4, a couple of inverted slope bricks. These slope bricks go on the ends, followed by our 1x6 black plates, and then 2x4 sits in the middle there. We get a 2x6. We have this angle piece here as well, and then 1x2 dark tan tiles. They go on first here at the top, followed by our 2x6, and then our angled piece goes on the end there. There's a slight overhang to that as well, so you can see it slightly butts over. Then we get a 1x3 plate. Going to stick a 1x2x3, I think, onto it, and also a 1x1x3 brick. Sort the 1x2 modified on top with a 1x1 plate, 1x3 brick 1x3 plate, and then a 1x1 plate to form something that looks like this. We're then going to spin this round, and then this piece is going to sit on this 1x3 inwards on that side. We'll then do the same again to move my tray around. Same again, 1x, 2x3 and a 1x1. Stick our modified 2x2 on top and a 1x1 plate. Then we'll stick a 1x3 brick and plate and a 1x1 plate on top of that. This is going to sit on the other side. Then we have a hinge piece, downward facing bracket, a 1x1 plate, a couple of black corner plates too, 1x1 brick. I think that's about it. So we start with our hinge. We're going to stick our plate on there, got a 1x1 at the base, stick another corner on top, followed by a 1x1 brick, and then our downward facing bracket is going to go on top of that like that. This is going to form at the top here to connect these two pieces together, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So start with our hinge again. Whoa. And then this sits at the top on this side. Then we get a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1x10. Going to stick a 1x4 tile, 4 studs this end. Then have this trans red 1x1 round and these white semicircle tiles. We're going to add the two semicircles together to make a sort of pill shape there. And then our red piece goes in, and then we do the same again with our other set of semicircles to make something like this. This is then going to go on the inside here where we've got our brackets already aligned to create something that looks like that. Then on the other side, something similar but not quite the same. 1x4 again. This time we stick a 1x4 plate on the other end, and then another one on top of that, and we still have the transparent red 1x1 round. And then we've got some printed tiles with the controls on. This one on first, followed by this one, and then that's going to feed in across there to give us some controls, as you can see, just in there as well. Then we get a 1x4 plate again, stick a 1x2 in the middle, then it has an upward facing bracket on top of that. We've then got these angled slope pieces that can go on top to connect it together. And then on this bracket here we're going to stick a grill piece like that. That's going to sit on these 4 studs in the middle here. Then we get 2 Technic bricks here. Going to add a Technic pin with a stud on one side, one on the other side. Again, rotating this model round again. We're going to stick one this side and one that side there like that, with the stud sticking outwards. Then we've got a couple of jumper tiles, the 1x3 ones, a 2x2 and a couple of panel pieces. And we'll stick the panel pieces just on the inside of this top bit here. Then our 2x2 and then our jumper tiles in the middle here can go in. A couple more Technic bricks, this time without any pins going in, they go next to the ones we've already added. Then we need a 1x4, a couple of 1x1 bricks, a couple of 1x2 plates, and 2 1x1 tiles. And these we'll make 2 of here. We're going to stick the 1x2 and the 1x1 brick on. With our tile here. They're going to go inwards here. And then our 1x4 across the top there. Then we get a 2x4 for these 1x8s. We have another control tile. We have a cheese wedge with some buttons on, and also a 1x1 with a print on it. On our 2x4 we're going to stick our control panel on first, and start with a 1x8 on. That's going to sit across here, and then on the other side, in this corner, we'll stick our cheese wedge with the buttons on, this other printed tile, 1x8 there, and then that's going to run across this side. Then we get a couple of these and one more button set. Stick this button set on this jumper here, and then stick that on this side, and stick an empty one on the other side there. Where did I miss this? It's the end of the bag. Where was the 1x6? Uh-oh. Got a spare 1x6. You never get a spare 1x6. Where did I miss the 1x6? Was it here? Nope, hang on. We'll see if that screws something up later. So we move on to bag 4. It's got 2 sets of bags in this one. So next up, another 1x4. Upward facing bracket goes on. Got 2 of those going on here. Then in the background, or behind that, hopefully, is our window frame, and we should get a 1x1x3. And then a couple of 1x1s in dark tan too. So first up, our 1x1x3 goes in, and our window frame. Then we stick our 1x1s on. Then we have an inverted sloped piece, which is 1x3 in length. That goes on next. Then at the top, we'll stick a couple more upward facing brackets. 1x2 plate. Then we've got a bright green 1x2 plate and a corner plate, and another 1x4 runs across the back, and then we'll stick another 1x1 on this part that sticks out there, followed by a 1x2 then to level it all up. This is now turning our attention to the other end of the ship. So this is going on the 1x4 down that end. Then we'll do the same again, I guess, for the other side, or similar. So 1x4 upward facing brackets here. 1x1x3. Then we'll stick the window frames on. Stick some 1x1s on. Then our longer 1x3 inverted slope piece. Goes on next. Then some more upward facing brackets. Stick a 1x2 plate on the end to level that up. Then we want our 1x2 green plate, followed by a corner plate, then a 1x4 goes on, stick another 1x1 to level this side up, followed by a 1x2 again. And then this sits on this side of the ship. Then we're going to add some parts to these extended pieces here. So you get 4 of these 1x2 pieces with clips on. We then get some cheese wedges in black. And then we get some 1x2 in dark bluish grey. And we basically, on these clip pieces, we're going to add these black cheese wedges to the one stud that's on them. These are going to go right on the ends with the clips facing outwards, and then our 1x2 tiles go on the other 2 studs then on the inside. Then we've got 2 1x4 or 4 length rods. They'll go onto our clips we have each side, like that. Then we get 2 1x3 bricks. We've got these longer slope bricks this time, but not inverted. 3 of those, and then a regular 1x2 slope brick. And our regular 1x2 goes on there, then our 1x3, and our longer 1x3 slope brick. And then on this side it's the same, but it's our longer slope bricks on both sides on there. So we've got something like this at the moment. Next up we get a 2x2 plate. We're going to stick a 1x2 plate onto 2 of the studs, and then a 1x2 with a upward facing bar in reddish brown on the other side. We'll slap a 2x, oh that's a hinge, a 2x2 plate if I can find one. 2x2 plate on top. No, that's the hinge as well. Wow, these hinges. So there's the 2x2. Aha, got it. Then we stick a 2x2 on top. Then we're going to stick a 1x3 at the back. And then a 1x2 tile in dark bluish grey. Again, if I can find it. Then on this overhang, we're going to stick a 1x1 that has a clip in it into the base, like this. And then we'll stick another 1x3 plate across the top. This. Then we're going to get a 1x2 1 1/3 with studs on. It goes on the back facing the other way with a 1x1 next to it, and then we have one of these lightsaber type bars which we're going to stick into the other facing bar like that. Then we have another 1x1 with a clip that goes on this side, and then it has a 1x1 plate next to it at the top like this. This is going to go on this side of the ship where the slopes are. Then running off that, we have a corner plate, a regular 1x2 brick, goes on this side. Then we get another one on top of that. Then a 1x2 plate in dark tan. Another corner plate goes on next. 1x2, then we stick a 1x3 plate on there. That's going to go next to the wall that we just built there. So it looks like something like this from this side. And adding to the top of that, we get a 1x2 with studs on the side. There's this control panel here that's going to stick to those studs on that side. That's going to go at the top there. You then have a couple more inverted slope pieces and a 1x1 with a clip. Going to stick the clip next to that, and then our slope piece goes on either side, so the wall's looking like that now. Then we get a hammer and a shotgun or blaster that goes in to our clips that are on the wall there like that. Then we have a Mandalorian jetpack, we have a Mandalorian helmet, we have a backpack as well, and in here we've got a little antennae that sits in the Mandalorian's hat. So we stick this into the hole in the hat. So it looks like this, and this is going to go onto our bar. Then the rocket pack goes on there, and the backpack goes on there like that, so we end up with something like this. Then our next wall, we've got our corner plate here, stick a 1x3 off this like that. Another one goes underneath. And we'll stick a 1x2 on top. Then we've got to run regular 1x3 brick across the top. and a regular 1x2 brick. Then we have a 1x1 with a clip here. And a regular 1x1 on the end like that. Then we stick a 1x2 plate on top of that. One of these 1x2 and a third with studs on sticking on there. We also then have another corner plate coming off here. Then a 1x1, we'll stick a couple of plates on that as well. And we'll run a 1x2 plate across and a 1x3 to level all that off. Then we stick another couple of 1x3s in the middle here. I'm missing a 1x3. There it is, underneath the bowl. Then we've got some inverted slope pieces go on each end. Then we'll stick a 1x1 with a stud on the side in this little ledge we've got going on there. That will then have a corner plate to stick it in position and a 1x1 to level us off. Then we get another blaster and where's this piece? We have a hose piece here that's going to go in there, into there. And then the blaster goes into our clip there like this. This is going to sit on the opposite wall of what we have there as well. Then our next section of wall is a 1x4 again, a couple of upward facing brackets. And we'll stick some 1x4 bricks back. 1x3 on next. 1x2 plate. And we just built that up with some plates there. And that one's just going to sit in this section of the wall. Then we get a crate here. Then we've got some those bits. One of these binocular pieces here. It's going to go into the crate. And on top we stick a jumper tile here with a blue 1x1 round and a blue tile on top of that. We then get a crate here with a symbol on it, and into that we're going to get a printed tile there like that. That's going to get a lid on as well. And then we're going to stick another one of these crates on top of that jumper. You can see the prints on the side of these crates too. And then in that another one. And another jumper tile goes on top of that, and there's a lid. And then onto that stud in the middle we're going to stick a white bowl like this. So then we'll stick crates on there. And that one next to it over there. So we've kind of got few bits in there. 1x4 again, just another couple of upward facing brackets. I'm guessing we're doing this side of the wall now. Then we'll stick some 1x4 bricks to the back, 1x1 with a clip, a 1x2 with studs on the side, and a 1x1 with stud on the side. More upward facing brackets again on top of that. Then a 1x4 plate going across, a 1x2 here, 1x1 plate at the end again, and then this time on these studs we're going to stick a spanner into the clip so I can pick it up. Then we have a cheese wedge again with buttons on, and then a double cheese wedge where the double studs is again that controller printed on there like that, and that's going to get on this side of the ship. Then we've got some 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1x12 and a couple of 1x16 Technic bricks. These are going to start helping frame the top bit here of these walls. That goes across here. This then runs either side over there. Then we get another one of these and a smaller one here. Going to stick Technic pins in this side and this side. Then we have one of these eye-shaped connectors. We're going to run that down those two studs there, and then this is going to line up with this longer piece this side, and these are going to run down this side of our ship. Same for the other side. One, and this is going to run down that side of the ship. Then we get a couple of black Technic pins. Again, got another blaster. Blaster's going to go into this clip over here, and then our Technic pins will go in the end of these Technic pieces here. And another 1x4, this time we'll stick a 1x2 plate on it with the usual upward facing bracket next. Then we've got a longer brick here, and that's going to connect to the same 1x4 upward facing bracket. 1x2 goes on the end. This one is then going to go to this end to give us some structure. Then we get a hinge piece. I'm going to stick a dark tan 1x2 on one side, then this 1x16 on the other side. Then we'll stick another set of hinges on top to strengthen that connection. Then we have a medium nugget 1x2 with 2 clips going on next, followed by 2x2 with a tile on the outside. Another set of clips in medium nugget, and then a 1x6 plate running down. Then we'll stick a 1x8 tile across the studs there. This is then moving down this part of the ship and then connect along here. And we'll do the same for this other side. Stick another hinge on top here to strengthen the connection. Oh, just realised I've put the hinge on here alongside. That's not going to work, that's better. Then we have a downward facing bracket and another 1x4 that goes on, and then we can stick this down this side of the ship. Then we get another couple of hinges here, and then we can attach these to the other ends, strengthen that connection there. A couple more 1x8 tiles, and we've got some trans red 1x2 plates too, which we can stick on the end here. And a bit more details going in here, so we get a couple of jumper tiles here. It's going to stick some plain 1x1 round tiles on. We're going to go at the end on each side. Then we have a cheese wedge with some don't drop that. Cheese wedge here with some controls on, which go on each side. Then we have this control panel, which we've seen before, and then this one on this side too. So now the sort of control deck is starting to come together. Then we're going to build a ladder, so we get a 1x8 here. Going to stick a couple of fence pieces here to give us the rungs of the ladder. Stick a plate across. Then at the end we'll get this 1x2 with a clip and a tile. We can clip this on the end rung here, and then that can go into that bracket that we stuck in earlier. So there's a thing there. So now from the side you can see this is starting to frame up quite well now. So that's the end of bag 4. Let's go to the white camera so you can see the frame we've got now, a bit more. See the hull of the ship is coming together on that side and on this side. So let's crack on with bag 5. See how we go after this bag. I may stop the stream for today. I've laid quite a few bricks down today. So starting off then, we're going to come and look at this section here. So we've got a 1x4, and then we've got a couple of these 1x2 rounds which are connected by bars, and then we have a couple of 1x1 bricks as well. So one stud in, we're just going to stick the 1x1 bricks in. Then we've got these 1x2 round bar pieces that go in, and then we'll stick the 1x4 in the middle there. So then we've got a 1x10, I think it is, and then we want some Technic claws. There's 1 and 2. Technic claws are going to go into those bars actually, which I think are going on the easier said than done. Not that side, I think we want it on the outside. Go in this side and that side, and then our longer plate here is just going to go across the top of everything that we just added to connect it together. Then we've got some trans clear 1x1 round plates. We'll make a little light here, I think. We want some more Technic claws, and then we also want 1x1 with a clip. I'm going to stick the trans clear piece into that 1x1 with a clip, and then we'll stick the claw into the clip at the back. And they're going to clip actually into these Technic claws that we just added. So we've got some lights in the ship that can angle down like that. Then we have two of these black Technic bricks, and also a couple of 1x1 round black bricks as well. I'm going to run these 1x1 rounds at the ends, and then run the Technic bricks after them. Then we get 6 downward facing black brackets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to run these downward facing black brackets, 2 of them together, followed by our green piece and our downward facing bracket there, and then our double one again, same on the other side. Then we've got some 1x6 bricks, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and some 1x1 rounds. I'm going to run these 1x1 rounds at each end, followed by the 1x6, then going across, the 1x12 goes in. Then we've got some 2x2s, studs on the side, and a couple of upward facing skinnier brackets. Skinnier brackets go after the brick we just added, and then our modified 2x2s go on next. Then we have 2 cutaway wedges, one so far, find the other one, there it is. These go on the inside here on both sides, followed by 4 curved bricks, and these are going to go 2 on each side here. Then we've got 2 corner bricks, a couple of 1x1s too. So I'm going to stick our corners in here, and then our 1x1s there. Then we've got a 1x8, 1x3 plate, 1x2, 1x3 tile, a couple of 1x2s with bars running through, a 1x2 grill piece, I'm good to go. So then, and a 1x6 brick, more importantly. So we start on this side with a 1x3 tile, and our 1x6 brick, and our grill piece, and our 1x3 plate. Then we've got our longer 1x8 plate. Stick our 1x2 bars on, 1x2 there, another with a bar in there. Couple of Darktown 1x1 rounds, which we'll snap together. Go on the end here. Then a 1x4 plate. And a 1x12 plate goes across. Another 1x12. Couple of 1x6s and a 1x4. Add these in. This will connect on this side. Then we've got the longer one here, and then a 1x6 on this side. Then we've got 4 1x2 Darktown plates and a couple of 1x1 bricks as well. We're going to add these plates into pairs and go each end, followed by our 1x1 next to it. Then we get a 1x4 tile. We're going to add a couple of Z-shaped bricks to the end here, make a bit of a staircase, I guess. We'll add a 1x4 brick at the top. This can then go in the gap there that we have. Then we've got 8 black downward facing brackets, 6, 8. We have a grill piece, a 1x3 tile, a couple more 1x2 plates, and then 4 1x1 rounds plates. So, starting over this side, stick our 1x3 tile on, and on the outside we'll stick 2 downward facing brackets, 1x2, a grill piece, a 1x1 round, a couple of downward facing brackets again, and then a 1x1 round. Then on the other side, 1x1 rounds, downward facing brackets, 1x1 round, 1x2 plate, and then a couple downward facing brackets on that side too. Then we get 4 1x6 bricks, some 1x1s, and then a 1x4 plate. So then 2 of these 1x6 bricks, and we do this, and that goes in the middle. And then these just regular bricks go on that side. A couple of longer plates here. We have some 1x1 tiles, 4 of those. A couple of jumper tiles, 1x2 as well. A couple of 1x4 tiles, and a couple of grills. So for each of these we'll start with a 1x1 tile at each ends, followed by 1x4, jumper tile, grill, another 1x1. These are going to run across the top on each side here. Then the shorter 1x6 Technic bricks and 4 Technic pins. These will go the end here. It's going to go across here. Same on the other side. Then we've got these L-shaped Technic bricks here. These go in and add some strength to the frame actually. Oh, Technic pins. Pins are not my friend. So those have gone in there, so you can see if I angle it down a little bit, we've just added this connection in to make it a bit stronger. Then we get a 2x10, we can add a 1x3 plate across the ends. Plate down here. Then we've got a 2x3 tile and a 1x3 tile, a 1x2 plate here, and then one at the end underneath too. Then we get a longer plate here. We're going to add a 1x2 with a clip at the base and a 1x8 plate next to that underneath. Then we'll add a 1x1 tile, a curved brick, and a 1x8 tile all the way up there. That's connecting in here like this. Then we have a larger curved piece here, as well as some 1x2 clip pieces. They go in here and here. And then we stick our curved brick on top like that. These are going to run just on the inside here. So it runs on that side. Now we'll do the same for the other side. Same again with 1x2s with clips on, and then our larger curved brick afterwards. And then this one goes on this side. So now this is built up to this on this side. Have a large plate. Each end we're going to stick a 1x1 round piece. And then we'll stick 2 studs in, a 1x4 in the middle there. It's going to go across the middle here. A couple more downward facing brackets. These are going to go, spin this round. You're going to go here on each side. And then what that lets us do then is stick a 2x4 here into 2 brackets that we've already got there, so you can see they've gone on in there. couple of grills and a 2x12, a 1x12, sorry. It's going to run, again we've moved the model around again, doing that in these instructions. We're going to run this across here and then cover these two studs on each side with the grill piece. A couple of 1x6 tiles. We've got some jumper tiles here, the jumpers on each side here. One stud over. Then our plate's going to run across the middle there. Coming towards the end of this bag now. So start with a 1x10, stick a 1x6 with 2 studs gap on each side. Add those with the 2x2 modified on our 1x4 tiles across and a 1x2 in there. This then goes just on top in there. And that's the end of bag number 5. We'll do 6. Last bag of the day. Let's end on an even number. So this doesn't look like there's too much here. There's quite a bit of Technic frames here. And some pins. So to start us off, I need to rotate the ship round, start at the back. I'm going for 2 longer pins and then 2 regular Technic pins. And these are going to go on these Technic bricks. Actually sitting out longer. The instructions look like they have these not pushed all the way through, these blue ones, so we're going to leave them like that for now. Then we've got one of these pieces. We have a few bits here, so we've got a couple of these stoppers here. We've got the Technic pins with cross section pins. We have a couple of these pieces. We have also a couple of these Technic pieces. And I'm missing there's one 4-length pin, and hopefully there's another one. I can't see. It's hiding somewhere, I think. Oh, there it is. So to start us off with, we'll start with this piece here. We're going to add a Technic pin in this hole. Then we're going to stick in. I've got to do 2 of these, so I need to get another one of these. Then we'll slide this piece on top. Then we're going to stick the pin through this piece. It goes all the way through that end. And then at the top here we can stick our stoppers. And then these pieces are going to stick in here, I think. On each side there. Then we get another Technic piece here. I'm going to stick a pin with a stud in that hole there. Then we have a stopper and a shorter pin. It's going to go through. And there's a connector piece. Then we do the same again, but in opposite. And that way goes through this side with a stopper. It's going to connect into here. Got these two built there. That's going to sit in here, so then I do push these Technic pins all the way through now. So now we have this thing that angles down at the back here like that. Then we get two black window frames and two bright green 1x2 plates. Add the plates to the top and then they go at the end here on each side. And we slide this to the side. We're going to build another frame now, so we get one of these Technic frames. Going to add 4 Technic pins in on that side, to that side, shall I say, to this side. Then we add these longer Technic bricks either side here. Then we have another one of these bricks, a couple more regular Technic pins, and then the blue pins too. The blue pins are going to go in the ends here with the long side sticking out. This piece goes at the ends, and then our black ones, or regular Technic pins, just go other side there like that. Then we've got another square with a couple of pins as well. Add that out this way. These in there. Then we get these yellow 1x8 Technic bricks. I'm going to thread these through here to increase the strength of this connection. Like this. 4 more Technic pins. We're going to go next to the blue ones here on each side. We then have a red spacer piece, and we want 4 longer blue Technic pins. Spacer goes on these Technic pins here, and then we'll stick these longer pins inwards here. Two more bricks going on the outside here, a couple of 2x6 tiles, and a grill piece. There's one either side here with our grills in the middle there. 4 more 2x6 tiles. We've got 4 red 1x1 tiles. And then we have these black plugs as well. So the plugs are going to go part way through this end here, pushing them all the way through just yet. Then we'll run these 2x6s either side here. Then we're going to stick these red 1x1s just on the inside here. Then we have one of these pieces, Technic piece here, but one of those rubber pieces there. We have an axle and a stopper. We're going to put the stopper down this piece to start with. Then we'll stick the rubber piece on there. And our axle goes on this piece, and then that sticks with that piece there like that. And this goes on the outside here. Sits on there like that. Then we need the same on the other side. Stopper piece, rubber piece, axle piece. One of those. I'm missing something, right? And that sits on that side. Then we've got a 2x4 tile here. We're going to stick these brackets into it, and then into those brackets stick 2x3 black bricks. We'll then, oh no, I've done that the other way around. Didn't realise this had turned over. Yikes. Damn it. That is our mistake, turned the model over. Let's try that again. So these pieces go in this way, and then that piece goes in there like that. Then we take this piece, goes in here, and then we're going to push those pins in there. Then we get two of these pieces here, and they connect in here to strengthen our connection up. Then we get another two, but also some Technic pins this time as well. Let's stick these Technic pins in the centre of the top hole here, and these go on either side there. And we've got these two pins here. They push all the way through each side there. Then we get these two Technic pieces, can add them into these pins that we've just added on each side, and then they swing down and push in to there. Another couple more of these pins and a couple of plugs as well. The plugs go on the outside here. These pins go through each side there. Then we have 8 jumper tiles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A couple of grill pieces and some tan coloured tiles, they go on. Wheels go down this end. Then we stick these jumper tiles on. And that's the end of bag 6. So I think we'll just about stop there. Although 7 does look interesting, and it doesn't look that big. So we'll go on. I'm going to do bag 7. This looks like an interesting piece to add to the set. I think it might be the rear door actually, but let's have a look. This will definitely be the last bag of today, just to show you on the wide camera though. Sense of the scale now, of what's going on around there now. Just adding to this end section. So I put the ship to the side. This next thing we'll start with one of these 1x8s with a groove on. Then we'll stick a 6x6 tile on, add a 2x6 tile to each end. We'll flip this over. We'll get some jumper tiles here, as well as a 1x4 plate. The 1x4 plate is going to go in the middle of our piece here, and then our jumper tiles go each end there. Then we have some 2x3 plates, some bright orange 1x3s too, as well as a deeper ridged 1x8 here, which we can set across this side. Oranges on there, and then our 2x3s on the inside. Then we go for 4 2x3s and a couple of 1x2s in blue. We'll build out these 2x3s in each corner. Then we've got some teal coloured 1x8s. We're actually going to run across here, top of each other. Then we've got these 2x2s with the loops in, which will stick Technic pins into the loops. These will go inward here on each side. Then we get a couple of lever arms here in white, stick them into our pins on this side. Then we've got inverted slope pieces and 4 more dark orange pieces here. I'm going to stick these plates on top of these inverted slope pieces. Then they're going to run either side here. Then we get some more lever arms, longer ones, and they go on the pins that we set at the back this time. Then we've got these grey pins. We need to attach this to our main ship frame. So it's going at the back here. So see if I can get this about right. So our grey. Ooh. grey ones there, and then our white ones are going to clip into here, I think. Come on, you can do it. So that's added on there, gives us a angled slope back there, as you can see. As we can move a little bit. And right at the end here, we're going to get some more of these 2x2 black pieces with loops on. Stick a Technic pin into it, and it will stick to the end on each side here. And then for the next section, get this plate here. And add these two tiles, one stud over. And then we've got a light bluish grey 1x1 this side and a dark tan on the other. Then we get a couple of 1x6s. We're going to add a 1x8 to it with a one stud overhang on each side. And if we flip this over, we'll get a 2x6 plate in the middle, a couple of these dark orange 1x3 plates each side, and then we have an inverted 2x2 white tiles that will stick into the middle. Flip that back over, have another 2x10 there, and we'll stick in this 6x6. So then run a 1x3 tile in here and finish off with a 1x1 in each corner there. Then we'll flip over here, we're going to add two 2x6 plates on top of each other here on this end. And then these inverted 2x2s with double loops on each side. Then down the edge, all the way down both sides, we're going to stick 5, so 10 in total, upward facing brackets. Side, 5 on this side. So with that done, all these now going down each side, we then get 1x6, going to stick a 1x1 on, and a 1x8 tile, and then a jump tile goes in the end. We'll do that on each side. And then these are going to side, flip that down there, goes on that side, this one on this side here. No, look at this wrong way, orientation around the wrong way. Try that again. Goes this way round. Then across here we're going to get 2 of these hinge inserts 2 roller skates, a couple of cheese wedges, and a couple of 1x1 rounds. And we start with the cheese wedges first, go on the edge here, each side to slope down our side. Then we've got a hinge piece here, hinge piece on the other side. And we stick our 1x1 rounds on, and then our roller skates go in the middle here. Then we'll add a 1x4 on there, and then we're going to stick these curved black pieces on in the background here by the look of it, and then bring this back in. We're then going to stick, you can see, these pieces into the back there, so it's now connected. And we've got a couple more pins and a 2x4. The 2x4 is going across there to secure that, and then our pin is going to go through these hinges here. Then we get this 2x10. This is our last bit now, I think. Start with a grill piece each end, and our jumpers go in. And then we'll do the 2x4 here, and then this is going to run across the centre there, and that's the end of that bag. So just to show you here as well, this is kind of what it's looking like. I guess we position these look a little bit, but on the white we've got 7 bags. You can see sort of the size and scale we're getting to with this ship. Start to see some of the curved detail at the back of the ship as well as the sort of angled front we've got going on as well. Let's go to the main camera. View there, see? Got this swooshability here. You can see how it points down there as well. So that's it after 7 bags. So as always, if you enjoy the stream, do hit that like button so that I know that you've enjoyed it, and you can keep an eye on the channel as well for the future posts that we've got going on for this stream, and then future streams as well. The next one will probably be the Mario Kart once we get this done, but this is probably going to take us quite a while. So as we saw earlier, when we opened the first box, we had 19 bags in just the first box, and so far we've done 7 bags. So we've still got quite a way to go to finish the first box before we move on to the second one. So you can join me next time, probably be next week, but keep an eye on the date because it may move because I've got some holidays coming up around the summertime. So you can join me for the next instalment where we pick up from bag 8 and move through the build. So whatever you're doing for the rest of your weekend, enjoy yourself, and join me next time for more Razor Crest. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.